Verizon and NAMI Davidson County are hosting a holiday wellness campaign called Calling for Kindness. Joseph Malley said, "In a world where you can be anything, be kind." NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, is a 40-year-old peer-to-peer organization. It's made up of people who have directly lived with mental health issues or lived with it as a family member, loved one, or friend. NAMI supports research, advocates for policies and legislation to support funding, and to reduce the impact of stigma. NAMI Davidson County offers NAMI-free, evidence-based programs of support, education, and advocacy, as well as awareness programs. We have walked the path of mental health recovery ourselves, and so it is our role to shine a light down that path so we can help others do the same thing. People with good intentions may turn around and say, "Think happy thoughts and put a smile on your face." Having a mental health issue is not a choice. It's a real condition. It impacts thoughts, moods, self-worth. It's persistent. It requires treatment, support, and empathy. These are some things that we have heard in our support groups and education classes. It's not that they didn't care. They did. They just didn't know what to say, so they stayed away. My last manic attack, my neighbor saw me standing outside his window and staring inside. He called the police. I tried to tell them I needed to go to the crisis center, but they took me to jail. I lost the job I was just barely hanging on to. I'm not sure what everybody is so excited about. I wasn't trying to kill myself. It's just that the cutting, somehow it just makes me feel better. I'm here because I want to understand. I know there's more to this, but nobody talks about it. What can I learn to help? These are things that we hear on a semi-regular basis. 19% of the adults in the U.S. suffer from anxiety in a 12-month period. That's 1 in 5 people. 1% of that same U.S. population experiences schizophrenia. That's 1 in 17 people. These are medical conditions that can be treated. There is hope, but it does require that we all try to understand and educate ourselves to mental health issues. People forget the brain is an organ in the body. Sometimes they see it separate from the body itself. A brain needs nourished and taken care of. Sleep is especially important, as are the other things that are important to your body, like eating healthy and exercise. This organ can have sickness just as others in the body do. The difference is those symptoms are often seen in behaviors. Mental health conditions are often chronic, just like diabetes would be. And just like diabetes, they can usually be managed. People need to receive treatment. They need to find acceptance within themselves and outside of themselves. They've got to educate themselves on their condition and develop a support system, and then find a purpose in life, because mental illness is not who you are. It's what you're dealing with. Who you are is up to you. Mental health issues will stop people in their tracks. Successful people managing mental health have learned to stop, look inward, and concentrate on the present moment. It can be hard, but it's not impossible to work your way into mental health recovery. The path is not always straight. Everybody involved may travel along at different speeds, and by everybody we mean family members, spouses, friends, siblings. Everybody may travel along at different speeds, and that's okay, as everybody gains understanding. The main thing is to be kind to yourself, and kindness from others really helps a lot along the way. NAMI and Verizon are teaming together this holiday season to raise awareness of mental health issues, and that includes co-occurring substance use issues. We are encouraging kindness and understanding, and to help you along the way, we're offering some tips. Tip number 1, things can get prickly. Move gently and be sure to practice self-care. Tip number 2, loosen up those expectations and see what good things might come along and come your way if you do things differently. Tip number 3, missing someone? This has been a big year of losses. You do need to grieve. It's very, very important. But as one of our NAMI family members said, I learned I could smile while my heart was broken. So don't forget to take those opportunities for enjoyment. It's okay. It's important. Tip number 4. Do you have a spiritual practice that has meaning for you? So maybe it's a little different this year. We have all kinds of churches going virtual or doing outdoor services. So maybe you'll share your spirituality in new ways, but it can still be meaningful. Tip number 5, practice mindfulness. That means find something that speaks to you and start out spending at least 10 minutes a day in a practice that gives your mind a rest. You could do a centering prayer or yoga, qigong, meditation. Maybe you run, play guitar. In the warmer climes, you may still be gardening, maybe doing some art, or just sitting quietly in nature. Do this for 10 minutes a day, and that practice will become a habit. Tip number 6, and perhaps our biggest plan for the holiday, is have a plan. Plan to get out of your own head. Plan now ahead of the holiday date that you celebrate so you are not left to your own thoughts. Make yourself a fabulous dinner. Volunteer. If you're having less people than you might normally have, set up those video calls in advance. Plan a sing-along, but make a plan. There is so much that's changed this year, but not all of it's bad. We have learned about ourselves. We are resilient, creative, and actually more productive in a lot of ways. We've relaxed with each other. We're not working in suits from home. This year we've humanized our coworkers, their children, their dogs and cats who have furtively made their way across our screens. We've worked together. That's how we're doing this. So join with NAMI Davidson County and Verizon as we are calling for kindness. And we hope to see you soon on the Calling for Kindness campaign at namidavidson.org. Look under our calendar and events tab. Thank you.